Next stop is the early 19th century. Lewis and Clark should have crossed the Rockies by now, but instead, they seem to be stopped in their tracks. Better see if you can get them moving again. Once again, you'll be exploring unknown territory, so I'll send Rock Solid as your good guide. Good luck, and watch out for rattlesnakes.
I love time travel, but I'm getting tired of resetting my watch. The great outdoors. It looks like we're in North America where the Missouri River emerges from the Rocky Mountains. It's 1805, and we've run into the Lewis and Clark expedition.
Are you sure those journals aren't in the saddlebags? How could we let someone nab our notes like that? What are we going to do?
I've told you I searched those saddlebags a dozen times. Blast the luck. We'll never cross the Rockies without those notes.
And none of my Shoshone kin are nearby to help us.
Say, it sounds like someone's pilfered the pockets of these pioneers.
Ah, visitors. By chance, have you crossed paths with a journal-toting thief? Our life's work has been lifted.
My name is Lieutenant William Clark, one of the leaders of this expedition.
And I'm Captain Meriwether Lewis, the other leader. We're in charge of the group you see here, called the Corps of Discovery. The Corps was formed by President Jefferson to explore the land from the Mississippi River to the shores of the Pacific Ocean.
Excuse me? I think you've been out here in the wilderness too long. Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, and now he's the president. These peace and friendship medallions were given to us by President Jefferson himself. We hope to trade them with Indians in the mountains, but without our journals, we can't take another step.
Sure, you can find a route through the Rockies for us. And since you're willing to stick your necks out, take this medallion to trade with any Indians you meet.
We meet again, but our story hasn't changed. Our journals are still missing.
Those journals contain all our notes about the untamed lands west of St. Louis. The observations in those journals are invaluable because folks back east don't know much about the West yet.
He went west through the mountains. The journals he snatched also contain advice from the local Indians on how to cross these mountains. Without them, we're between the Rockies and a hard place.
We can't risk the Corps without those journals to guide us. Except for our guide and translator, Sacajawea, none of us have ever crossed such a great and dangerous mountain range.
Greetings, strangers. You are welcome in our camp. My name is Sacajawea of the Shoshone tribe. Lewis and Clark hired me as a translator and to help guide them through the mountain wilderness. I grew up in these mountains with my people, so I know of many dangers. On the steep cliffs, you must skirt the surly bighorn sheep. Avoid the strong current of the river. Most of all, beware the hungry bear.
Good luck! Don't get eaten by bears!
All right, there's a pass through the mountains. Shall we pass on through? Uh-oh, that ram is in no mood to let us horn in on his territory. What we need is some local advice. Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram. We've never seen that sign. Maybe Sacajawea can give us a hand with some translation. Okay, back to camp. At least it's easier to walk downhill.
The Great Spirit shines on our second meeting. I have many memories of growing up in these beautiful mountains. I remember days spent weaving a tall basket, I also recall the sounds of my brother playing his drum.
Good luck! Don't get eaten by bears!
Let's use Indian Sign Language to ask this Shoshone for advice about getting past that irate ram. That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need. Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we can use our new item or trade it back. We found part of Carmen's note. She won't pull the wool over our eyes. All right, Inspector. Who says clues don't grow on trees? That's part of the Carmen note. This sign language is a handful. We haven't seen that sign, but I'll bet Sacajawea has. Nothing's happening. Let's try to drum. A very durable drum we've got there. That Shoshone woman seems willing to trade. Let's tell her what we're looking for. We already have one of those. We don't need another. Okay, down the mountain we go. Okay, back to camp.
The Great Spirit shines on our second meeting. I later lived among the Mandan Indians on the plains. It was there I learned to make a sharp tomahawk. I also learned to make a sturdy moccasin.
Good luck! Don't...
Too bad. This Shoshone doesn't have what we asked for. Okay, down the mountain we go. That Indian looks like he wants to trade, so let's tell him what we need. Way to wheel and deal. Maybe we can use our new item or trade it back. Great idea. Just be sure you aim that tomahawk at the tree and not at your old friend Rock. Oh yeah! Timber! Good work, Inspector. And thanks to that Shoshone for showing us the way. Stay on your toes. Or at least stay on your feet. We don't want to fall in. Eureka! We've reached the top of the Rockies. And that path ahead leads on to the Columbia River. Great galloping grizzlies. Where'd that big bear come from? The water flows east and west here, so we must be at the Continental Divide. All rivers east of the divide flow east, and all rivers west of the divide flow west. So let's go with the flow.